Hello, welcome to my secret obsession. I'm Cherish Lively, and today we're listening to In the Arms of Morpheus by Gaia Aman. She was born and raised in Italy and moved to the U.S. to pursue her PhD in molecular oncology. Her research and commentaries have been published in prestigious international peer-reviewed journals. Her love for science is interwoven in her writing. In the Arms of Morpheus is an empowering, sizzling romantic escape that is rooted in history and mythology. Chapter 1. Dreamwalkers. Tasha. From the outside, the glass walls of the small corner cafe give the odd impression that the 2 floors above are resting on stilts. Shaped like the Flatiron, the Victorian building is modernized by its clear bottom. White-painted letters with an ochre shadow declare from the cafe's window, Remedy House. I peer inside, wishing indeed this place held the solution to my rather peculiar issue. My cracked knuckles itch, sandwiched in the rough armpits of my wool trench coat. If only I hadn't lost my gloves yet again. Should I go in or not? What am I looking for? The dreamwalker? A dreamwalker? Excuse me. A miffed, middle-aged woman elbows me out of the way to get inside. Warmth spills under the sidewalk, but I retreat into the frigid winter night. Thunder startles me. I haven't seen thunder snow since the October of 2006. The rumble is not much of a warning since wet flakes the size of eggs instantly pelt to the ground. Fuck it. I tumble in, and the smell of snow is chased back by the pungent aroma of roasted grounds. The electricity flickers, and lightning carves my shadow out of the blue light against the white-tiled floor. To my right, the glass wall is lined by a slim counter and tall stools. A mix of students and young professionals sit in pale rattan chairs around dainty marble tables. I refrain from scrutinizing the customers as I approach the main counter at the back and order a vanilla latte. Then I notice the shelves of liquor. Damn. Stress is indeed detrimental to my observation skills. I forgo the liquid courage since the barista, a cute guy with colorful tattoo sleeves, blue eyes, and messy black hair, is already frothing my drink while humming a radical face tune. Is there a meetup group that comes here? I ask when he gives me my change. He melts before my eyes, lifting both hands to his heart, while his face softens in a loving grin. You mean Josh? Recognizing the name I saw online, I nod. He points at an ungodly tall dude with platinum hair buzzed close to his scalp. He's hard to miss. Then he hollers, Josh, dear, another stray sheep from your dream flock. I clutch the hot mug for dear life, because I can't admit out loud I might believe in dream walkers. There is no space for whimsy in my world of matter and energy, only quarks and other subatomic particles. Josh sits with his back to me, beside a blonde. The man across from them lifts his gaze to me. I am the black sheep of this white flock, literally. Then Josh turns with a goofy grin and our eyes lock. Huh, he's not white either. Mexican, maybe? In his early 30s, tall and muscular, but not bulky. He has a striking angular face with high cheekbones. I look away so as to not stare. He's definitely dreamy, but he's not the man from my dream. However, the DW sign on the edge of his table confirms he's the reason I'm here. Lucky me. I could eat him for breakfast. Focus, Tasha. Focus. I walk to their table, which is situated in a corner beneath a wall composition of lush ferns. Josh beams. Tasha, right? His low voice is part purr and part alpine spring. Yum. He radiates positivity, making it hard to dislike him. However, I try, because rule number 1 is, don't mix business with pleasure. I need all my neurons, and possibly his, too. The table sits 4 people. On one side, under the plants hanging from the wall, there is a bench, and across the table are 2 chairs. One of them is free. I sit in front of Josh, who's sharing the bench with the woman, doting on him. Following hasty introductions, Josh resumes conversation with the man beside me. Not only am I blonde, Mike, but I also don't live in a teepee. My skin is not red. Oh, not Mexican. Startled, I glance between the two, just now sensing the tension. Yeah, Mike insists. How much of an Indian are you? Really? Yikes. Native, Josh corrects him, massaging his face as to fight an incipient headache. Seneca, in fact, but I'd rather not turn this into a blood quantum debate. Blood what? The guy blurts. Josh claps his huge hands. Okay, we're out of time. Relief and disappointment are apparent in his dark gaze. Under his zip-up hoodie, his shoulders stretch a faded purple t-shirt which reads, The Clash. Whatever. Mike checks his watch and shrugs into his sports jacket. Thanks, man. As Mike leaves, Josh looks at the woman and adds, We'll talk about dreamwalking next week, huh? Or just call me, she answers, hopeful, scribbling her number on a coffee-stained napkin on her way out. Any time. I throw up in my mouth and get to my feet as well, my steaming latte untouched. Josh's inscrutable, deep-set eyes move from the door to me and soften. Stay, Tasha. Drink your coffee. We didn't even get to talk. I sit back down, glad my complexion hides the warmth spreading to my cheeks. Josh leans back in his chair, slouching, yet still towering over the table. My latte, still hot, is sweet and soothing. We say nothing for a few awkward seconds, maybe minutes. I try hard to keep my cool under his scrutiny. After last night, I had to do something before searching online for meeting people in dreams, led only to this Dreamwalker meetup group. It seemed legit, but after what I witnessed, I'm hesitant. Having the hots for the host complicates things further. Josh blinks like a cat. Do I make you nervous? Holy hell, he does. This is a first, which pisses me off to no end. So I lie to the flirt. Josh, I'm 35 and not into hooking up. Whoa, so direct. And fair enough. He studies me from underneath long lashes. So, do you dreamwalk? I'm a bit disappointed we changed topics, but this is why I came. I don't know. Do you? Yes. Zero hesitation. Is dreamwalking really a thing, then? Mira would call me crazy. I shrug out of my coat. Josh adds, You wouldn't be here if some of your dreams weren't different, right? He studies my reaction, and I immediately feel self-conscious of my gaze, trying to fall anywhere but his chest, his hands, his face. Maybe, actually, I'm trying to reach someone from a dream. His face returns to the impassiveness he served the other woman, and it hurts. Someone you saw in a dream? He asks. I nod, reassured that's the thing. Eyes on the door behind me, expressionless, he adds, Prince Charming? Huh? I scoff. This was clearly a mistake. Clearly, he echoes, gathering his keys from the table. His ring includes a library card, a Buffalo Sabres tag, and a worn bottle opener. I blurt, You know, maybe fewer people would be bigots if you gave them a chance to understand. He stands, and it's terrifying. He's well over 6 feet, closer to a mile, muscular but wiry. His anger blurs the edges of his body as he growls. It's my fault. I must be overly sensitive, huh? I stand up too, And though I'm far less intimidating at 5'1", I'm not giving up. People shouldn't stereotype you, but didn't you just conclude I'm looking for Prince Charming because I'm a woman? Would you have said the same thing to Mike? He quirks an eyebrow, and, against all odds, sits back down. We're face to face now. No longer bristling, he nods at the barista. Hey, Zeb, can you get us more coffee? Wow, and you're bossy. I never said I wanted more coffee, I point out, crossing my arms to hide my relief and taking back my chair. You're welcome, Josh replies, a smirk of amusement irritating me further. Meanwhile, Zeb, the tattooed barista, answers, Anything for you, Joshy Poo. Josh ignores him and says, So, tell me about this person you're looking for. I hesitate, because if I say it out loud, Josh adds, I won't think you're crazy. I confess. Well, he seemed like the only real thing inside the dream. Josh squints. How do you mean? I was at this raging pool party, but as soon as he showed up, my red bikini, the people, the inflatable rainbow ball in my hands, the gray sky, everything looked fake in comparison, bi-dimensional. It was like he was the epicenter of the dream. I didn't mention the longing that gnawed at me since. Josh sucks in air. So he is the dreamwalker. I shrug. Is he? I thought he might be. What is dreamwalking, exactly, anyway? Josh's features soften with fondness. Dreamwalking is the ability to control dreams without waking, but typically your own. It doesn't make sense to me that another consciousness showed up in your dream. Zeb drops off 2 mugs of steaming Joe. I pointedly ignore mine, while Josh's long fingers wrap around his. And then, as soon as I noticed him, he flinched, and then no one was around. Empty pool, no party, nada. I woke up, dumbfounded. If he is indeed a dream walker, he probably assumed you couldn't tell him apart. But maybe you're a dream walker too. So, is it possible to meet someone in a dream or not? His dark eyes now sparkle, and he falters before answering. Dubious Dr. Jean Campbell published a book about dream meets, but the science is debatable, and even according to her, people have to agree to meet. So, not with a stranger, by chance. No, maybe he's part of your subconscious, or a messenger from the spirit world. Yeah, so... Josh raises dark eyebrows miffed. His hair might be dyed after all. Why do you care? You saw him once. Twice. It's weird to open up to a stranger, but Josh nods, encouraging me, so I continue. The first dream was 2 weeks ago. Then last night, I dreamed I was part of a military mission. My unit was made of people with skills I could not quite understand, but they moved like one. They belonged, and I didn't. They jeered at me as I hurried to catch up. He was one of them, and when he looked at me, I immediately felt at ease, like I was meant to be there. But once I woke up, well, I wasn't there anymore. No words can communicate how urgent and paramount it is that I find him again. This is important. He needs something from me, I'm positive. Josh frowns, unimpressed. Are you sure it was the same guy? Yes. Huge, bewildered eyes, dark but speckled with yellow and green. He was way too far for me to see the level of detail, and yet I cannot forget it. In truth, the guy's eyes haunt me. Typical dream stuff, Josh comments absently, lost in thought. But it doesn't add up. I have occasionally sensed other consciousnesses while dreamwalking, but it's vague and messy, like skimming a fog. Honestly, I think you just had vivid dreams. Was he handsome? My cheeks warm, and I gulp coffee for cover, remembering I was supposed to ignore it. The chipped blue polish on my nails enters my field of vision. I should have removed it days ago. He's all right. Josh makes a condescending face. Maybe an actor? Someone you saw? Josh, I'm not a teenager, and I've never seen this guy. He stuck out like a poppy in a snowbank. He smirks. Poetic. What do? Bartender? Performer of some sort? I squint, because I can't tell if he's fishing for information or if this is pertinent. He adds, I mean, is it possible you attracted unwanted attention? I'm a researcher, I reveal, then take a calm sip of coffee while Josh's mouth opens and closes. The two people I work with are close friends. He swallows his coffee along with his preconceptions about what jobs a black woman with a pink-tipped afro might have. Fine. The first step would be to determine if you are a dreamwalker. You most definitely should learn to control the narrative of your dreams if someone is trying to manipulate them. Or you. I swallow. It didn't seem that way. What do I know? Josh grabs his keys. I gotta go now, but call me. He scribbles his number on the other side of the stained napkin the meetup woman used and hands it to me. I nod, knowing darn well I will never call Pretty Boy, because rule number 2 is run away from a crush at the speed of light. Not that I've ever had a crush before. In fact, I just made the second rule up, but I intend to follow it. More so, since he clearly did not believe me. Goodbye, Josh. Back to square one. Mira. My lip gloss is sticky and smells weird. I should have forgone the makeup altogether, since the wool scarf and hat are itchy, and Jacob hasn't even noticed my efforts anyway. A decent crowd is gathering around Symphony Circle, carrying signs and banners despite the ominous sky. The protest didn't even start, but my feet already hurt from standing on cement. What am I doing here? I'm not this whiny wreck, usually. This isn't meant to work. Jacob turns to me, beaming. His thick beard must keep him warm, and his glasses are a little foggy. It's a good turnout, right? I nod and smile back, but he's already waving at someone behind me, discussing the petition. Tasha would melt him with a glance. His clothes would spontaneously combust. How does she do that? She's short, flat, and temperamental, but when she walks into a room, every head turns. Thunder rumbles in the distance. Is this about to get even worse? Sooner or later? I'd better find the courage to ask Tasha for advice, or Jacob will die an old man without a clue that Mira, the scientist, had a crush on him when he was 30. I'd better. Thank you for sharing your time with me. Your time and attention are truly appreciated. I hope that you enjoyed the first chapter of In the Arms of Morpheus by Gaia Aman. I love to write romance novels of all kinds, contemporary, suspense, paranormal, and steamy romance. You can listen to the stories at My Secret Obsession. The links to popular hosting sites are on the navigation bar at the top of the homepage at cherishedlively.substack.com. If you enjoyed this reading, please follow, subscribe, or give a thumbs up. Your support means everything to me. Until we meet again, goodbye and happy reading.